Hello guys, Sam here, and today I'm going to be talking about a Yuri manga that I've read months ago, but it's still on my mind to this day. I've been a Yuri fan for about a year now, and I've read a lot of Yuri manga, and I'm gonna be honest, 80% of them is mediocre at best. Actually, most of them is shit. Mainly because Yuri is such a small niche, and so far there truly hasn't been a lot of talented mangakas that have made amazing Yuri mangas. Even my favorite Yuri mangas are just 8 out of 10 at most. The standards are so low, so when something good actually shows up, no matter how flawed it is, it's always very welcomed, at least for me. So believe me when I say a manga like the one I'm about to talk about is very rare. The manga is called Anoko ni Kiss to Shirayuri. The manga is called Anoko ni Kiss to Shirayuri wo, or Kiss and White Lily for My Dearest Girl. And this manga is very underrated on these tracking sites. On my anime list, it's 7.65, and on any list, it has a mean score of 76%. So let me start by giving you a quick synopsis of the manga. I will be reading the first paragraph of this manga synopsis on my anime list. Ayaka Shiramine has everything good for her. A beautiful, kind, and hardworking girl, she is the star of Seiran Academy. At least that was the case before she moved up to the academy's high school division. Enter Yurine Kurosawa, an aloof and friendless girl who excels at everything from academics to housework without lifting a finger. In fact, she seems to surpass Ayaka in almost all aspects, and the former star student quickly begins to despise her new rival. And the story just follows the two of them growing closer together. One person really cares about studying, really cares about her grades, while the other doesn't but is performing better. And it's just the person that cares a lot trying to surpass the person that doesn't cares a lot. It's a really cute and wholesome romance story, but let me get into how the story is told first, because the synopsis I just told you kind of doesn't really matter when you start reading the manga. And the reason for that is because every single volume, they focus on a different couple. For every volume, they'll have a new couple to focus on and maybe a chapter or two that focus on the main couple. Now this can be a double-edged sword. They can keep cycling in new characters, so maybe if you don't like this couple, maybe the next one will be fine. But it can also be the other way around, which is you like this couple, but now their arc is over, and now you're onto a new couple that you might not like that much. Although they do focus on a new couple every single volume, they do not follow these rules super strictly. They'll cut to different couples in between arcs. And not only that, there are also couples that return. There will be couples that have multiple arcs dedicated to them, and there are some where there's only one. As for the main couple, which is the one mentioned in the synopsis, their relationship develops really slowly, because for the majority of the manga, they are just side characters while you're focusing on the new couples. And because of this way of storytelling, there's a huge cast of characters. And in my opinion, the couples only get better. They get better and better as the manga goes on. In fact, there's only one couple past the first quarter that I didn't like, which is the polygamy one, because I thought that one is kind of just lazy writing with how it just starts off as a love triangle, whatever. I'm getting into spoilers. And my favorite one was the childhood friend one with Sawa and Itsuki that starts at chapter 21. But if you like any other couples, there's nothing wrong with it. I feel like all of the couples are equally as good, if not some are better than others, some are weak, some are not, and some suit your taste better. But it just happens that the childhood friend one with Sawa and Itsuki that starts on chapter 21 is my favorite. This manga also have a very good and satisfying ending with how the main girl goes to every single one of the couples that you have went through for advice. It's really rare that a Yuri manga even acknowledges the presence of their side characters, let alone giving them all dedicated arcs. This manga is also not overly long, so it's not a huge time investment. It's only 50 chapters, and the chapters are pretty short. They're only about 20 pages long. Sometimes I think it reaches 30 pages, so you don't really need to worry about wasting too much time. Now this manga isn't flawless. As I've mentioned, there's only one couple past the first quarter that I didn't like, but the first quarter is a bit weak because every single time when there is an arc that focuses on a new couple, they normally end at a stopping point of the story. But the way the first quarter went is, of course, the first arc will be on the main couple, and what they did is just introduce the two main girls, and that's really about it. There isn't much development in the story. So in the beginning, you are just introduced to the two main girls, and then all of a sudden you're just cutting to a new set of characters, and the characters that you have spent maybe a couple of chapters on is all of a sudden a side character. So in the beginning it might not be that good. Not to mention the first side couple is also pretty weak. I honestly didn't get too invested in it, but they do continue from this first side couple later on, and it does get better. Another thing about this manga is it's very much a manga for Yuri fans, and maybe romance fans that doesn't mind Yuri only. It will not pull romance haters or people that are not into romance into this genre. It's very much made for fans of the genre. Another thing is also the art is mediocre in the beginning, but as the manga goes on, you can see that the art improves, but even then it's about 6 out of 10. It's fine, it's nothing special. In the end, I will give this manga a 7.8 out of 10, and I think as long as you are a Yuri fan, you should give this a shot. Just remember that you will need to power through the first quarter. It's not that bad, it's just mediocre. And also, if you're a Yuri fan, let's be real here, you don't have a lot of choices. There isn't much Yuri mangas to read, and even if there is, it's probably shit based off of my experience. So this is really rare. The manga is also medium in size, and I would recommend you dropping this if you haven't enjoyed any of the side couples or the development of the main couples when you have already reached the midpoint. That will save you some time. And another reason that you might want to avoid this one is just maybe you just don't like romance or hate Yuri for some reason. But if you don't, you're a romance fan, you should give this a shot. And if you're a Yuri fan, you have to read this. Mainly because you don't have a lot to read, and mangas like this are really rare to come by. So that's about it for this review. If you have watched till this point, consider liking, subscribing, all that shit. Maybe comment which couple is your favorite, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye.